Come on in.
All right, welcome back to Juice in the Morning. Shane is not with us today. I apologize for that, but it is going to be a great show. This show has turned into something where I'm able to kind of meet some of the coolest people that I've followed on the internet with YouTube, Twitter, podcasts, things like that. They tell you never to meet your heroes, but I'm just saying fuck that, and I'm going to try to meet them. So welcome to the show, Jess Hooker and Kaitlyn Kopetski.
Hi.
Hello.
These are two ladies that do a YouTube channel called Blonde on Brunette, where they, I'll let you guys explain it. What do you guys do on Blonde on Brunette?
We make drinks for kind of the average Joe, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, we're not bartenders. Jess had like a stint for a while in college where she was like classy and bartended, but I have never done that before. So we basically just kind of elevate your average drinks so that, you know, when you're sitting at home, you've got some liquor in the fridge, you got a couple other pieces here and there, you kind of know what to do with it now instead of just pouring it into a solo cup and calling it a night.
I feel like we're more of an inspiration channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not. We're definitely.
like
we want you to take what we've done and put your spin on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how did you guys get started? How did you guys meet each other? Because I know that I've heard it because I listen to your guys' podcasts and stuff. But for my listeners, how did you guys get started?
Well, Kaitlyn and I were both interns at the Bob and Tom Show at very different times. Obviously, I was in 2000 and... Wait, I wasn't an intern at Bob and Tom. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't an intern. I was an intern.
Oh, for Q.
The Big Dumb Show. It was actually X103's morning show. And then Tom hired me to do other stuff. But so, what year were you?
2015.
I hate you. Yeah. No,
But it's like really sad because that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like that. I feel like it feels like it was yesterday.
It does. It does for sure. Well, we met through Jeff, I guess, would probably be the best. Yeah.
Like we did. So I podcasted with Jeff Vibert for a long time. And so you and Chick came on that one time in October. And I was like, what is going on? Like, this is wild.
In the house in Irvington.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like the next summer, she came on just herself as a guest.
I was a little pissy that Chick had to come on when I was on. I wanted to do my own Jeff Vibert podcast.
I had nothing to do with that.
I don't think any of us
No,
did.
that's accurate. And so then the next summer, so the summer of 2016, she came on again, just her and Jeff and I went home and I was like talking about this bitch for days. My boyfriend was like, look, like, do you want to like just talk to her, send her an email, see if she wants to hang out with you? And so I did. And so then
she did. She was like, look, I like you. And I think we vibe. And I had a blast on their podcast. It was a lot of fun. And she said, I think we could do something together. Do you want to do? And I was like date? Because I never did that in college. We can do that if you want. No, but then and then just kind of, she had all kinds of, Kaitlyn is a very organized person, and you'll get an email with bullet points and details and ideas, and it's the exact opposite of me. So I'm always grateful for that.
Something to aspire to, because these notes were all written this morning. Don't think that I spent
I'm
a lot of time.
I'm a last minute person too. Okay, good.
Because I love just thinking of stuff off the top of my head. So when it started, what was your favorite subject that you've done for the YouTube channel so far? Like what drinks? Because I was scrolling through, watching videos, and some of your videos have like over like 30, 40,000 views. So
okay, you know what sucks about that? The one, it's a rum episode where we did 3 rum drinks, and it was literally like our second or third episode. So it like blows.
It is. We didn't,
and like it has so many
Yeah.
views. And I remember saying to Jess, like at the very beginning, I was like, look, these first ones we're going to do are not going to be great, but we're going to grow into it and it's going to get better and better. And so I didn't want to go into it and say, okay, every one of these episodes has to be perfect before we put it out. Like we just had to kind of do it and get used to it. And so that is definitely one of those episodes. And for whatever reason, it just like keeps getting views and people comment on it and shit on it. And I'm like,
I know. Look,
watch our more recent ones.
Right. It's way better. And that's the thing. Like we, so that was a year and a half ago, I guess. Yeah. So, but still to this day, like we did 5 or 6 drinks on our last episode that we recorded last week. Was it 5?
It was 5 pudding shots.
It was 5, but it was 5 pudding shots. So we're literally making like food.
Yeah.
And adding alcohol and like like a little tiny tear down and set back up for every single thing. Kate's washing dishes, but we got that shit done so fast.
We really did.
We were both a little bit buzzed and our bellies hurt, but like we were on it. Like if people could see the behind the scenes process and how far we've come and like making it go smoothly and getting in and out of there, that's what I'm most proud of.
Absolutely. And like when I started this podcast, like I had no idea what I'm doing. I'm like literally learning everything as I go. And then when I talk to people, I like ask them, and you know, the Smugcast guys that you guys have been on the show before, he came in here and like adjusted all of my sound and fixed some stuff that I was having trouble with.
Right.
So it's awesome. But I also take that same idea where I'm like, I'm just going to put it out there because the more I keep doing it, it's going to get better as I keep doing it.
Exactly.
So one of the things that Shane and I are going to do, because you guys mentioned dry January, I said, okay, I can't do dry January, but I'm going to try dry February because it's the shortest month of the year.
There you go.
I like
so it's
that.
it's only 28 days.
Very
so
logical.
if you can't do that, then
and we're not in a leap year either.
Well, I'll wait for a leap. No, leap year's an extra day.
Yeah, so
okay,
we're
so
good.
This is good. Oh, I'm still not gonna do it.
and the problem was like thinking about, because I've been trying to like think of a month that I would not drink for the entire month, but every time I think of a month, I'm like June. Well, my birthday's in June. I'm going to definitely drink in June, and then it'd be like July. Well, July 4th. So
you
like,
can't.
you
You
know.
can't. February seems like a good, unless you and the wife like drink wine and do things on the 14th.
Well, the problem is that we're doing a live show February 18th in Illinois, and in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
So like I've never done that either, so I'm gonna want to drink to like calm the nerves a little bit.
Then you
do dry January or dry February minus 1 day.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like,
just go. Yeah, you can do it and just do, or you could do 30 consecutive days or 10 consecutive days.
Yeah, like start now in January, and then you'll get there.
If I get a good 48 hours, I'm proud of myself. So.
Okay, can I just say, for the month of January, I have had, minus like us testing drinks and trying drinks.
Sure.
Okay, because that doesn't count, right?
Sure. No, I don't think so.
no, you definitely don't count
I
that.
have had 2 glasses of wine and 3 cocktails, and 4 of those 5 drinks were last night.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I have been drunk since like the week before
Christmas.
Like, I'm going to say maybe 2 or 3 days I haven't drank.
Yeah, you came in the other day and you were like, I haven't had something to drink for 72 hours. Like, what now?
I'm so proud of myself.
I'm not super proud of this, but I did have some legal issues at one point in my life, and I had to take 90 days of not doing anything. So 90 days, you'll be surprised how I didn't change anything in my entire diet or anything. Just couldn't drink.
Yeah.
And for that 90 days, I lost like 18, 20 pounds.
Oh my, how much did you drink?
I don't feel like I drink that much, but I do drink a lot of beer. Like I'll have like
beer
a couple,
will do
have a
it,
couple like when I get home from work and then, go to bed.
Yeah.
I don't ever but weekends I do go hard. That's what I mean.
Matt and I always say we're definite binge drinkers.
Yeah.
Like I don't drink at all during the week. But then on the weekends, it's like, well, I'll have 3 of these double Betties.
Right. Right. Oh, man, that probably explains a lot. Because if you watch those early episodes of Blonde and Brunette, I'm about 15 pounds lighter.
So what do you guys feel about the alcohol and beer sales on Sunday starting to come into play here in Indiana?
Let's go!
But the little the details of the law are so
I haven't read it.
It's like they can sell alcohol from 1 to 8 p.m. No cold sale.
Yeah.
Why?
So
Why?
then my thing is like I'm willing to take that compromise of the no cold beer and like liquor or convenience stores or grocery stores. Like I'm completely fine with that. I've got a fridge and I've got outside because it's Indiana. You can put your beer on your porch and it'll get cold.
Yeah.
But the Sunday thing, I really hope that gets through because they killed the cold beer in convenience stores or grocery stores.
Yeah, they did. That's dead.
Which I didn't know that
I think
was
this other one's gonna go.
Thing that was not normal in other states.
I didn't know that
I
either.
was in Kroger probably like 3 months ago, and a guy came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I'm from out of state. Where's the cold beer in here?" And I go, "Bro, it's not anywhere. You got to go across the street." He goes, "What?" And I was like, "I didn't know that nobody else had to deal with that."
Yeah, it's archaic. the word. It's absolutely
well, and the
archaic.
reasoning for it is what? Like they think that people are going to crack open a beer on the way home if it's cold versus if it's warm.
I have no idea. Like I really don't, and I think it's come down to the money between those things. Like the grocery stores want to do it because they want to make more money and they can sell their beer at a cheaper rate, and I think the liquor stores don't want it because they don't want to get priced out. But it's silly. It needs to end. I've made plenty of trips to Ohio on the weekend just to get some beer because we have a football game or something coming on.
Oh my God.
And it's like an hour drive, I think, from where we were in Muncie.
Oh, okay.
Like so when we were in college, if we had like a football game on a Sunday and we drank all of our beer or alcohol on a Saturday, we'd wake up and drive
That's a
out
big
there.
thing. So I'm originally from South Bend, and driving to Michigan is like no big thing.
Deal.
Like it's, a 35, 40-minute drive away, and then you're at Walmart and you can get your beer. So it's like cool. Like the whole state is missing out on all this money on Sundays.
Yeah, it's just I don't get the cold beer, warm beer, whatever. Like have you guys ever done that thing though where you've had warm beer and you like put salt in the ice and you do have you done that? Yeah.
Or
I just did that for the first time.
taking a bottle and put it in the cooler and spin it.
Oh,
like if you
spin the shit out of it.
it'll just get cold
and
right
everybody's
away.
like, that doesn't work. And I was like, it makes me feel better. It gives me something to do till it's fucking cold. Yeah.
So you have talked about being from New Pal.
I am.
I grew up from second grade to sixth grade in New Pal on, I want to say it was 100 South, right by the middle school. So do you know where that's at? There's like two really big houses off the road.
Yeah.
And I lived in like a little ranch style house growing up right there. So
okay. Yeah.
so-
No, I know exactly where you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured we'd do the like Midwest thing where, and it might be everywhere, but figure out who you know. So I don't really know anybody from New Pal anymore.
2006.
Well, I graduated in 2006, so that was probably 2000 to 99-ish area.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up there, and then I also went to Ball
like I
State,
have a
and
sister.
we've talked about or I've heard you guys talk about on your podcast, like all these things, and I feel like I've literally followed your like path, like.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Hopefully it ends better than mine is.
Except for I went to Eastern Hancock, and you said, "Oh, sorry."
I'm so sorry. No, I don't mean that bad. I know a lot of people from Eastern.
No, it was bad. It was a terrible place, and I should not have switched schools. I should have stayed with the New Pal thing because I going to a small school. You become like the big fish in the small pond, so you think your shit doesn't stink, and you think you're the like coolest kid in the world, and then you get to college and everybody's cool, or like people are a lot like better off than you, and it's weird to like leave that. And then that's what was a good education for me though, going to college, because I like learned that not everybody thinks I'm awesome. A lot of people can also hate you.
Well,
that's very accurate.
Doesn't change either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So, and I know people. Granted that New Pal and Eastern are in the same county. Eastern Hancock is significantly smaller than New Pal.
Graduated with 68 kids.
Yeah. High school, middle school, elementary school, same building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's nuts.
I can relate. LaVille, junior through senior high school, is a 7 through 12, and then the elementary is K through 6, and I graduated with like 75 kids.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I get it.
I feel I was 180 kids.
Oh girl! Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah,
And then you hear about like Warren and Carmel,
Right.
and it's thousands.
I would die.
My wife went to Hamilton Southeastern and
Oh, there you
graduated
go.
with like 1,100 kids.
Yeah.
I was like,
How do you even have friends?
Yeah.
There's so many people.
I still feel like I could name every single person that in my
I
graduating
probably
class.
could too.
Yeah.
Like alphabetical order.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying if I saw their face, I would be able to know
That
their
shows the
name.
I just
organization.
remember like Jesse Knapp was always next to me.
Oh yeah, I was always next to Sarah Praney,
Yeah.
Walker, and everything.
Like some years I'd be above him, other years I'd be below him, and like I dropped books on his head one time on accident, like a dick.
Well, hey, at Eastern Hancock, we didn't have to share lockers. I don't know if you were talking about that.
Like lockers,
Short
short lockers,
Yeah.
one above the other.
Yeah. we had
we
full
didn't have
size.
that. We had the whole tall thing, but I never went to my locker ever.
no,
I
everything
carried
was in
everything
your
with
backpack.
me. Yep.
In your backpack. Yep,
Yep.
for sure. I still like get concerned that if I had to go back and show where my locker was now, I wouldn't be able to find it because I was never there. I don't know why.
I remember where all my lockers
Oh
were.
no, I have no.
Probably not 7th and 8th grade, but like 9, 10, 11, 12. I know where all of them were.
No, I don't know. I really don't know. I was never there. Oh, I was so worthless. Oh. I just recently posted a picture of myself in the 8th grade, like not realizing it.
Yo, you look good.
Thanks. And my son is in the 8th grade, and he was like, are you serious? Like, this is legit what you looked like? And I was like, yes, asshole. That's what I looked like.
Right.
Yeah. And
So he wasn't saying it in a good way.
no, but he took a screenshot of it and he's like, I feel like I can make a meme out of this. And I was like,
Oh
I hate
my
you.
God.
I hate you.
I mean, growing up is completely different now, though. I mean, my little brother and sister are 15 years old. I remember specifically when they were born, I was like, when you guys are 15, I'll be 30. And that felt like ages away. And now it's here and they're just like getting ready to start driving. And I think like, man, I'm getting fucking old, but it's not, but I don't feel old. Like I'm not that kind of person that like is like, oh, my birthday's coming. Like I'm worried about it, because I feel like I feel better and look better than I did 5 years ago, because I don't drink as much and I don't do the things that I used to do on a regular basis. But no, I think it's just completely different. The access to each other is crazy. Like my little sister is struggling so hard because she's, you know, I think an inch shorter than me and like a stronger girl and all of her friends, and she's having a hard time because she wants a boyfriend. She wants people to like talk to her, but they like, she feels like nobody likes her. And it's also because my little brother and sister grew up.
Talk to the tall girl.
My little brother and sister grew up not living like on their phones. So so they don't even understand that whole process of like, all their friends are on their phones messaging each other all the time. Yeah. And so I think it's a good thing, because I keep telling her, I'm like, that's a good thing that you're not always looking at your phone and always obsessed with it. You have the ability
to socialize, and that you are interested in having like a relationship with a boy, and you don't just want to like Snapchat, sext, whatever they're doing. Do they go to Eastern?
No, they go to Noblesville. Oh, so because my mom moved to the north side of Indy.
Okay, so that's another thing we have in common. I have a little sister that was born when I was 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one that was born when I was 11, and my youngest one when I was 15. So
yeah, it's weird.
It is. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, because I've heard you guys talk about like energies and stuff like that, and I fully believe in like momentum and energy like that. A lot of the other stuff I'm not so sure how I feel about it, because I just don't have any experience with it. But I definitely feel like if you keep putting something out there, like you talked with the YouTube thing and like what I talk about with the podcast thing, the more I keep doing it, I'm like keeping this forward momentum. So if I stop it, it's a lot harder to keep it going. Sure. So, but yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of similarities. That's why it's so interesting, like listening to it. And I just laugh at stuff like that. Some people are probably like, I don't really know like that reference or something like that. Yeah. But
I usually don't even know that reference.
We cover a big age range. What is it? 12 years? Is that the difference between us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. And Shane and I also like grew up close to each other, but like we were never like friends with each other. We always like went to parties, and he would be at the same party as me because I would invite friends, and like he was friends with those people. Oh. So we like, when we started, like when he came on the podcast, he texted me. He's like, hey, I really like podcasts. I see that you're doing one. Is like, there anything I can do to be a part of it? And I just was like, hey, I want to co-host. Do you want to come on? And he was like, yeah. And so for the last like 3 or 4 months, he's been all in. Awesome. And it sucks that he missed this day, but he'll come back and we'll get to talk to him. But you know, my little sister, though, going back to her, she got her first job. So what I wanted to ask you guys about, what was like one of your first jobs?
Oh my God.
Kaitlyn has a good first job.
I worked at Dairy Queen.
Nice.
I was a little blizzard wizard, just like whipping that. It's not. I just call it that. Oh, okay. Just like whipping that work on that ice cream. Actually, that like,
you should copyright that, by the way.
It's one of those things where while you're doing it, you're like, God, I hate this job. I got to go to Dairy Queen. But like, you become friends with everyone there, and you just like dick around, and then it gets really busy, and you're like, I hate my life. But then at the end of the night, like you're tearing everything down, you're cleaning everything up. Yeah. You've got music blaring in the back. Like, what is it? Hot 99.1 is on in the back, and you're just like having a great night. And then you go out and you drink your ass off, and you don't wake up until noon, and then you go into Dairy Queen at 2, and it's just a great summer job.
That sounds like a really good first job.
How old were you?
I don't want to talk about it.
I was like, I thought she was in high school when she had
that job. I got it actually, the April of my senior year. Oh, and then I worked like all through that summer, and then actually for 3 summers after that, I worked there. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm going to graduate from college soon. And I looked at Matt and I was like, what if I just go back and work at Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
And he looks at me and goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? I was like, it's fun. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Not ready for this.
Yeah. That's how it was actually.
Yeah, that's funny. Mine was at Mozzie's Pizza.
I know where that's at.
I know.
Is that the one on 40?
It is the one
Yes.
on 40 and 600. I copped my first date because of that.
Nice.
Oh, girl.
Oh, no.
Did you make pizza or were you like a hostess?
No, it was like a carry out place. There was no place to sit. Like, so we were just the kid who was my first date. His name was Justin, and he
That's also
I'm still friends
my
with
name,
him.
which
Yeah,
is-
yeah, still my friend. And he was like such, like he's just such an anal guy, like in a nice way, and not in a sexual way at all. Actually,
Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
say that real fast. But like he taught me how to chop vegetables in the most efficient way, and every time, still to this day, I do it the way he
That's
taught
awesome.
me. Yeah, and we went on one date. We went and saw Contact. Do you remember that movie?
I
with
do
Jodie
remember that
Foster?
movie.
Yeah. So we saw that, and then no, and then
That's a no from me.
and then he wanted to go out again, and I said no because I liked somebody else that I ended up marrying. No, so that's how it goes.
Yeah, the Mozzies, my friend Daniel grew up. He worked there all through high school.
Oh, really?
We used to go to the owner's house and play basketball because they had like a
Travis?
really he had a
I
really
told you we'd know somebody. We'd know somebody the same. I
I'm
know.
over
Everywhere.
this right now.
I know everybody. I promise you, no matter where I go, I can find a tie to New Pal.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm with like Kaitlyn and Chick and Matt, and they're always like, "Oh my god, Every
Fucking
time.
new pal.
every time."
But yeah, I think that this is the getting close to the time that I do the segment called Judgment Day. We're gonna play the song that I made. So don't make
To go with it? We won't make fun.
Don't make fun of it
We-
too
I
much.
love it. I
But
wish we had a
definitely-
song.
Definitely make fun of it though.
I love production value. Go.
Me too.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Judgment Day with Juice and the girls from
Shane.
Blonde on Brunette. 'Cause it's usually with Shane, but
There.
Yeah.
he's
There you
not
go.
here today.
That's okay.
So this is a segment for the listeners that may not know what we're doing. I pick out something from everyday life or the news or something like that we just decide to judge somebody either, in a good way or a bad way, because you can have good judgment and bad judgment. But I think that I can start off, or you guys can
You
go first. Okay,
we're gonna follow your lead.
so I want to play something for you guys really quick. It's a YouTube video of a gentleman that was having somebody take a picture of him. So let me pull it up real quick. And I think that you guys may or may not think it's funny. I think it's funny. Okay, sorry, hold on. There it is. I'll edit the silence out.
It's okay.
Or I won't and just leave it in like
okay.
I normally do. Okay. And if you don't want to see the disturbing part, you can stop watching.
Does he die?
Yeah.
Oh!
I know
I want to
that's
see it again. Show me again.
I know it's not funny, but I'm judging that guy for not understanding his athletic ability.
Holy shit! We missed the best part.
Yeah,
you not
he-
want to see it? No, I want to see it. Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna roll
definitely
off the cliff.
restart. So
Hold
ba-
up, watch the cliff right here. Watch.
so those listening again,
Oh my god! That's allowed to be on the internet? You know what I mean?
well, that's what's funny is I saw that video on, I want to say like Facebook or something, and they didn't show the like second half of it. They
Yeah.
just showed him going off the edge. So I looked it up on YouTube, and it went to like a Turkish news site, and apparently you can put whatever you want on Turkish news sites because they showed him like
way.
flipping down the mountain. So basically, for the listeners that didn't see the YouTube video, a guy is standing on top of a rock, having somebody take a picture of him. He jumps down from the rock, loses his footing, and tries to get up, which right there, don't try to get up. Just lay down.
Yeah.
Just go prone.
And then he just
And as he's trying to get up, he slips and falls off the edge of a mountain and dies. So I'm judging this guy for not knowing his own athletic ability, taking a picture in a place really close to the side of a mountain. So what lengths would you guys go to for a selfie or a picture? Because I would not be on the side of a mountain and jumping off.
None.
Like
I try to get Matt to take pictures of me, and it's just a disaster every single time.
Yeah, good lighting is the links
He takes a picture, and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
And then I say, hey, can you take this again? Yeah.
I witnessed that.
It's like, bro, what? Like, what?
You should. He's the most unenthusiastic. Like, when we ask him to, like, take a picture, he's just like... I literally, in his brain, I feel like he's going, I fucking hate you. I hate you both. I hate you. I hate you.
And he doesn't care. Like, the picture's crooked. Like, he doesn't even hold the camera.
He doesn't even look in. He doesn't look at it. He's looking at us. He's like, now? Are you done now? What about now? Just click in the camera.
Whenever people ask me to take a picture of them, I always take like a stupid selfie beforehand and then take a picture of them.
That's a Peyton Manning move. I don't know if you know that. But every time we were at an event, he would do that. He would grab somebody's phone and make it look like he was taking a picture of you.
Yeah.
And then you'd tip your phone around and you'd have a selfie of Peyton. He thought it was hilarious.
That is kind of hilarious.
That is pretty good.
Or he would take your phone and he would change the language. Like he would change, like he'd go to the settings and change the language in your phone, and then you're like, you're totally effed. Like you don't know what to do.
You can't get back to it.
Yeah.
And then I also, one of the things I like to do is the video when people think they're getting a picture taken of them.
Oh my God.
You're the worst type of human.
I have that. I have selfies with Chick where Chick thinks that he's legit taking a picture.
Oh, and he
doesn't.
He doesn't know.
And I'm like, bro, this is a video. Like, it's not even like. And there's countless selfies like that of me going.
He has no idea.
Shut it down.
You just got to put it into a montage because it would be great.
One day, one day I'm going to put them all together.
That's hilarious.
So we got a new stove.
There's a little kid with a gun out there.
He's probably hunting coyotes.
Look at him.
Welcome to the South Side, Kaitlyn.
Yay! I look over, I go, oh, is that a fisherman? No, that's a gun. Oh my God.
So
okay.
my wife and I got a new stove and microwave because ours broke, and I was just laughing because she was taking a picture like to post it, and she was like standing at a really weird angle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't want to show up in the reflection on the stove or the microwave. And I was like, that the lengths that you're going to have people not see you in the picture is hilarious to me. So then she even pulls over the bench from the farm table, is like standing on the bench.
I've done some crazy things like that. Or if I get so like pissed off at myself, like I think there's a picture of me with like in a pan where I had taken a picture of food that I'd cooked and you could see my reflection, and I just stuck my finger up my nose and took the picture. I was like, we'll see who notices.
That's hilarious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm judging that guy. What kind of judgment do you have, Kaitlyn?
Okay. I feel like I've talked about this so many times because this is the one thing that pisses me off, and it's not what you even think it is. Okay. It's a different thing. Adults who are shy and they like hide behind the facade of being shy so they don't talk. You're a dick. Like, I hate that. Like, adults who cannot have a conversation with you because they're like quote unquote shy people. Go fuck yourself.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I've met people and they're this like, she's really shy.
Well, and on the
really like get over yourself.
Then you're at the wrong fucking party.
Yeah, on the dude side of things, I've met a guy like that was a new boyfriend of a girl.
Oh yeah.
And I was like talking to him, and he like owns a. I don't want to say this. Never mind.
That's okay.
Anyways,
he's an entrepreneur.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
He owns a business, and he was really quiet and like wouldn't talk to like. And I was like trying to talk to him about it because I was interested, and I was like, I want to meet this guy and be nice because he's the boyfriend of one of our friends, and just wasn't talking to us. And like I was like, whatever, this guy's a dick, and I went over and started talking to somebody else. And then like later on, I brought it up to her, just like messing with her. I was like, hey, you're like, is he like, what's up with that guy? And he was like, oh, he's shy. Talking about what you're talking about. Like,
little kids can be shy. I understand that.
And
like,
I'm
you're a shy kid of that.
Yeah, I hate it when people go, oh, my child's shy. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't.
Like, make them say hi.
No, yeah, they're not shy. They're just doing what you're telling them to do and telling them that they're shy. Like, don't say that.
And so then it transforms into adults, and it's like, you're not shy, you're just a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, because I know that there's been times where people are like, oh my gosh, you're really standoffish. And that has happened, I swear to God. And I know it doesn't sound like it would, but people are just like, oh my God, she's such a bitch. And I'm like, yeah, you're dead on. I fucking hate you. I don't want to be here. I'm a giant bitch right now. I'm not shy at all. I just don't want to talk to you because you're so fucking lame.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, don't church it up.
I love that.
No, like don't hide behind the facade of being shy.
Yeah.
Like, you're an ass.
Yeah. Like if I am super nuclear quiet, there's one or two things. I don't want to be there, or I'm so fucking high out of my mind. I can't put it together. I can't do it. That's I went to Kaitlyn's Christmas party last year.
Oh my God.
But what happened was, okay, here's the thing. So I just
What
learned
happened
was is that I just learned how to make magic butter, like weed butter, and I didn't.
Nice.
You got like the magic butter machine.
I got the machine, but
That's
I got
awesome.
yeah. And so but before, like I was like, I'm gonna make the machine, and I pulled it all out, and I was like, this is gonna take 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours before Kaitlyn's party, so I was like, fuck it, and I just put a bunch of butter in a pot on the stove, and so I was just like, damn, this smells good. So I start making toast on the side, dipping toast in the butter as it's cooking, and I'm just eating it. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, it's so good. I probably went through like half a loaf of bread. And so it's like I'm also getting high while I have the munchies, and I just keep eating weed butter. So drive to Kaitlyn's, realize that Kaitlyn lives on the other side of town, or at that time, the other side of town for me. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a pajama party. And so who I'm with, like, it's like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, stop at this Target. I'm going to go in here. And as I closed the door, I was like, you probably shouldn't let me go in here by myself. And I have no idea. I bought a medium. I am not a medium. I don't know what happened. The pants were so tight on my ass. I was like, at any moment, these are going to bust open. Flannel pajamas, just my ass is going to be exposed.
It was the first thing that she said to me. She walked in the door and she was like, I bought medium pants. And I was like, oh my God. Like, what? What is going on here?
But there is a picture of me. We'll have to find it somewhere. And it's me just sitting on the futon. And I was just smiling for like 3 hours.
And so many people came up to me and they were like, yo, what's up with Jess? I was like, she's so fucking high.
It's one of those time lapse like movies where everybody's walking around and you're just
I had a great time.
Yeah.
But I had I found out later, like months later, that I went back to people and I was like, look, I'm sorry. Like, I was not ignoring you. Like, I may not have recognized you in that moment. But I felt terrible. Yeah, well, but I was just like, I was actually I was having a great time.
And then you found the wine-soaked grapes.
Oh, and I just ate those.
And that got weird for a while.
And wine drunk and high, I just don't think those things should go together.
No.
Well, and it's interesting because, like, I'm not against any kind of, like, smoking weed or anything. I used to smoke weed a lot. And what changed for me was that was starting to happen where I would smoke, and like I'm a very social person. I like being like in the middle of everything. Mm-hmm. But when I would smoke, I would just like my mind like races and I start to think of like everything that's going on, and I know that
like you have the opposite effect.
Exactly. So I don't know like what it is with me, but
there's a pharmaceutical term for that. Yeah, and my daughter has that where she has the opposite of what's supposed to happen.
And I think that it also, I mean, obviously there are people that know the science of like marijuana a lot better than me, and they're like, if you try this kind, it's
there's different like strains that help you.
Because whatever I was getting for the longest time was like, and this probably also speaks to my insecurities, but like literally when I would like smoke, my mind would race, and I would start to think that everybody was in on a joke, and the joke was about me, but I couldn't kind of like pinpoint it because they were trying to like keep it from me, like. I don't know. It was really weird. I've talked about it on the Smugcast. Like it really, like it just messed with me. And then I was like,
that's weird. I feel like I go through my entire day like that. Like people are just laughing at me all the time.
And then I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah. But like, every now and then back, like, a while back, I would still smoke it. And as long as I was around friends that I was like really good friends with, it was always fine.
Yeah.
And the other difference is I ate a brownie like, a while back, and that was actually the best feeling I ever had, because I think that the way it like hit me or whatever,
it's a slow build with an edible,
and I just had the best time of my life. And like my wife looked at me and she was like, your eyes are red, and I was like, I didn't know you could even get red eyes from eating a brownie. Like I didn't even know that
either.
I thought it was from the smoke.
I have little edibles that I'll eat occasionally before I go to bed, and I was like this the other night, and I was just scratching the shit out of my eyes, and the kids are like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. It must be the cat. They're like, we've had the cat for 6 months. I was like, I don't know.
This is weird. Yeah. It's like it's some weird allergic effect.
And I think some people listen to this from work, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, drug test me, bro, because I'll pass. I'm not worried about it. So if people are listening from work, I'm good.
I don't work at the same plane Justin does, and I would fail a drug test. Just a heads up. That's why I'm on YouTube.
Yeah,
they don't
right.
drug test.
YouTube doesn't drug test you.
Not yet.
Oh God, don't even say that.
I know.
So, and then also speaking of work, I work at a place. Oh wait, I never got your judgment. I want to get your last judgment. We're judging adult shy people.
I'm for
Yeah.
that.
Guy jumping off of the cliff and falling off the cliff. Know your athleticism, and then we're gonna get Jess's real quick.
I have one, and I didn't realize it till Kaitlyn said hers, because mine is very people like picky adult eaters. That makes
fucking
me
hate
out
that.
of my fucking mind. Like people who disassemble food at restaurants and like, I don't like onions. Fuck you. You're 30 some years old. Eat a damn onion. It's going to be fine. And people who like when they come to my house for a meal. Ooh, what did you put in that? Did you put weird stuff in the stuffing again? Motherfucker, eat it or leave. I hate that. Makes me picky eater, adult eater. My kids are even that way. I'm like, I don't care if it tastes like a dog turd. You don't say shit. You eat it and you smile and we leave.
That's
you don't
good.
say anything.
Matthew J. Henderson.
Is he?
Not
picky?
too bad. Okay, the dude, he's the first person that introduced me to calamari. He's like, try
Nice.
this. Like, so he like is into weird stuff. But peppers, if I use peppers, if I even cut a pepper on the same cutting board
He's not
as
into
something,
it.
he can taste it. Like, it's not even like I don't even show him. I try to hide it, and then he'll be like, "Yo, there are peppers in this." So when I make fajitas, I have to put my little
Separate.
bell peppers in a
Yeah.
separate thing.
Yeah,
And it's kind of annoying, but like he doesn't do that at other people's houses.
No,
he doesn't
came
do it
to my
at
house and
restaurants.
ate like a champ when
Oh
I made.
my God.
Yeah,
he
ate-
loved that potato
He
salad.
ate a vegan potato salad, and I thought he was gonna fall out of the chair when Kate was like, "This is vegan."
Yeah, and I think that to add to that point, like it frustrates me because I'm the kind of person that like likes to try new restaurants,
Yes.
new things,
Yeah.
stuff I haven't had before. And like in our friends group, we have a few people that are like, "Oh, can we just go to like Applebee's?" And I'm like, "God damn it, I don't
You
want
want
to
to
go
stop for
there."
a 10-piece and you can eat in the car, motherfucker?
Exactly.
God.
I'm using that. I'm
Yes.
stealing that.
Do that. That makes me out of that. That is, and I'm not, but in the same breath, I hate the fucking term foodie. I love food. I like to cook food. I like to try new things, but don't say we all fucking eat food.
Yeah.
Nobody eats food. This isn't a hobby. Like this isn't. Like,
Well, it's
you know,
like kind.
this-
It's like kind of a hobby for me. Like I fucking love food.
No, trust me. I do. It is definitely an extracurricular activity. If I could have signed up for it in high school, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like when people are like, I like long walks and sunsets, and I'm a foodie, and I'm like, fuck
what?
you, leave.
So you
leave.
go to like cool restaurants once a
Oh,
week.
that's
take
neat.
pictures of
yeah,
them.
and take
Yeah.
pictures of it. Yes.
I love taking pictures of my
I
food.
take
I get
all
made
the
fun of
pictures
all
of
the
my
time
food.
by my guy friends because they're like, "What are you taking pictures of your food again for?" And I'm like,
I
"Because
know.
I did a good job of plating it. Shut up."
Yeah, because I worked my ass off, and my family had to wait for 15 minutes to eat because I was still trying to get a good picture of this fucking burrito.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And go ahead.
I've come up with the perfect solution for cooking. I hate cooking, but I just tell people I'm a
doing
bad
good,
cook.
though.
I tell people I'm a bad cook, so then they just never want me to cook anything. Or like
a good move.
For Matt, like I don't enjoy it, so I'm like, oh, like this is kind of a recipe that's going to take a while. Like I'm going to just hand that over to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't trust in
Does
me.
he like he doesn't mind cooking?
He likes cooking.
Oh, good.
So you know what, baby? You go ahead and take the wheel on that one.
Yeah, and I'm interested to get your guys' thoughts on that because I am like the more like my wife cooks and she does a good job, but I'm the one who like puts a lot more time into like making
Yes.
like
Yeah.
fancier things.
Mhm, sure.
I think that's kind of shifted, and like my uncle is kind of he's the first person that I looked up to and was like he cooks like all the meals. So like as a kid, I grew up thinking like I need to get good at or be good at cooking because like my uncle was, and he's got my aunt, and that's going to be something that's going to help me find a partner one day.
That's nice.
And so like I kind of like dabbled in it, worked on it, and like when I first met my wife, she was not good at cooking. Like
How long have you guys been married?
we've been married for a little over 2 years.
Oh, okay. This is still like you're still newlyweds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but we've been together for almost 7 years now.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
because we like moved in together right away, and she like one of the first few meals like that because when we moved in together, she would like make dinner if I was working late or whatever. she was big on like the box stuff, like
Sure.
shepherd's pie, like where they like have every ingredient in there and
Yep.
like would bake it.
Yep.
And then one thing that I used to like lose my mind about, which I'm not like losing my mind in like a really mean way, I'm like
Right.
just joking, is the way she makes her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She puts the peanut butter and the jelly on the same piece of bread, which maybe you guys do that, but I do not do that. I put the peanut butter on there and the jelly on the other one to make sure that there's even distribution on both.
No.
And then you put them together.
Negative.
My judgment day is him making peanut butter and jelly. I changed my mind. I take everything back.
I skim peanut butter on both sides because I
Me
don't
too.
want my jelly to run through it, and then I put extra jelly, and then
Bitch, let's go.
So
Yes.
I think that's where we're like deferring because I think the peanut butter is the thing that I like the most about it, and I think it sounds like you guys like the jelly more
I'm a
than you like the peanut
50-50
butter.
girl. Like I need both. Like I need the peanut butter but I need the peanut butter to sandwich the jelly. Like
Yeah.
that's what I need to happen.
That's a good move. I think I'm going to try that out.
Yeah, it's not
This
bad.
is like the weirdest thing.
But it's also a thing I learned when packing kids lunches because
Yes,
it'll
'cause it
bleed
gets
through.
soggy as hell.
And so you gotta have a barrier on both sides.
Yep.
Nice. I might be changing my game.
All right.
The weirdest thing about me as a kid is that I used to dip my peanut butter and jellies in milk and eat them.
It doesn't sound bad.
I thought you
though.
were going to say
so
chili,
good.
and
Like,
I
If
was
you're
going to be like,
you're
yeah,
gonna say
but
something else, like but milk. I feel like that's like
and then eat it and it'd be all soggy and oof, girl. I might go home and eat that now.
right now.
And since we're still on the food topic, where you guys lean on sushi? Because there was a guy that they found a 5-foot tapeworm
From
from
his
him, like in him.
Where do you get the sushi from?
It was in California, and this was a question I wanted to ask
Yo,
you.
tapeworms make you hella skinny though.
dude-
I know. Tell me where I'm going to that sushi place.
This dude claims that he eats sushi every single day.
From where? From
It's
Marsh?
somewhere in California.
From a sushi restaurant?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I won't buy sushi from Marsh, but I'll buy hella sushi from Kroger.
Oh yeah,
Their Kroger
yeah.
sushi's good.
Yeah, it is.
The doctor said that the tapeworm likely came from the tainted salmon that he was eating, the raw salmon that he was eating.
But that's the thing. Don't you feel like you can look at salmon and go, no,
Yeah.
move on to the next. I'm going to have my California roll. Like I've looked at salmon and gone, not eating that.
So
not doing it.
I want to read the headline to you. 5-foot long tapeworm wiggled out of California man's body.
No.
That's the
Out of
title
his
of
what?
the article.
Where was the exit? It was his bottom.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up.
I'm sorry to be
He
like to do
pooped
that.
out a tapeworm. Did he poop out the whole thing, or was it just hanging out there and he had to go to
That's
the
the best.
hospital?
I can't.
Oh, I can't believe you're asking that way because
I'm
that's,
gonna vomit.
Because that's the quote. Oh my goodness, my guts are coming out of me. It was what the guy thought.
Oh, he
That's
thought it
pretty
was an
true. You thought it was
intestine.
intestines.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
That's
I would have
exactly what he
absolutely have
thought.
thought that.
I would have been
But if I would have realized it, what is a tapeworm? I was like, you can
go back up,
No, you didn't say it.
shove it back up there. Let's go. You got work to do, bitch.
I got 6 more pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So Matt and I, there's a place on Mass Ave called 45 Degrees
I
that
haven't
has
been
sushi.
there yet still.
Sunday nights they have half price sushi rolls. Girl, so you can get a California
much are
roll
the
for like
tapeworms?
$3.
How much?
Tapeworms on the side for $2.50. No, but you can get a $3 California roll. So we like to go there. That's kind of our like Sunday night thing when like we don't have anything to do
cute,
or there's
yeah.
no good games on. So we'll go there. And I fucks with that heavy. I don't actively seek out sushi.
No, I don't. I have I go to Wasabi on 86th Street.
We'll have like a random like just craving, and Kroger right down the road
they're
has
good.
some of the best sushi that we've had.
Yeah, I think so. They built a new Kroger on the south side.
Yep.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Well, we've got one right down the road here off of Franklin, and then there's another one off of, I want to say, Thompson.
Thompson. You're
Yeah.
right, Thompson. And that's supposed to be like, that's fancy.
It is.
Legit.
We've
Like,
gotten
legit.
clothes from there. Like my lumberjack.
clothes?
Yeah, my lumberjack looking jacket down there. Got
They're
it from
trying to
there
be
for like
a little-
$15.
Yeah, like Costco-ish.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's-
okay, Kroger.
And my wife, like, it's funny because it's a curse and a blessing because she'll go grocery shopping, which I love because I hate to go to the grocery. I like to cook, but I don't like going to the grocery.
Okay.
And she'll just come home with like clothes because like she'll come home with clothes and the groceries, and I'm like, that's a fair trade because you went and did something that I refused to do, and you got yourself a shirt or something because I'm not joking, their clothes are good clothes.
I get stuff from Costco.
I got some good shorts. I got some good sweatpants. I've got the jacket that she bought for me for Christmas down there. Good place.
That's nice.
I had no
I
idea.
didn't
No
know
free
I haven't
ads,
been to that
though.
Kroger yet. Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I used to shop at the Kroger in Pike, and they didn't have clothes there. So
No, I bet.
Yeah,
not.
they're trying to grow their Kroger brand.
Huh.
But that's like, I mean, one of the things that we've another thing I wanted to see what your guys' take on is the Hawaii and the ballistic missile like alert that everybody got on their phone. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is a girl I am friends with from college moved out there, and she was living out there when that went off, and she like screenshotted it, and then I follow her Snapchat, and she like just like was like, I'm going out and partying, like
Like,
and
it's
she,
over, yeah.
and like so she like was, but she posted like this big long post about how like, how would you react if you literally thought your life was over right now? Because it literally the message that came across as a push notification was, you know, ballistic missile inbound, seek shelter. Like my first thought would be like, I really have no idea how I'd even react, honestly, to be like completely honest. Because I want to say I'd be like, oh no, screw that, like that's not going to happen or whatever. But I also didn't live there, so
I'm a big believer in conspiracy theories.
yeah,
Yeah.
same
So I
here.
would have
This
been-
show's a big fan of that.
I'd immediately been like, no. I really would have gone about my day.
Yeah.
And not even considered.
I would have been screaming, hiding in the basement. Like that's gonna do anything.
Right. What's a basement gonna do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would have been
I
losing
actually-
my mind.
I feel terrible when I heard that story break. My first thought was the guy who was like
pressed the
who
wrong
pressed the
button.
Yeah, and I was just like, I've had a bad day at work. One time, I gave Tom a story that was completely false, and he read it on the air during an interview with the person. He came in and did not rip my ass, but as much as Tom would, was like very disappointed, in a very dad way, disappointed.
That's
like I
worse
felt
than
bad.
getting yelled
It
at.
was so much worse. I thought that Ted Danson from Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
That we were doing an interview with him. He had a new talk show or a new television show. And it said on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia was very young back then. It was not policed as well as it is now. As much as it is, I don't even know how much it is, but it said that he had his own bourbon. And I was like, oh, that's a little fun fact. And
Yeah.
I would do the show prep for every guest for the Bob and Tom show. And so I gave it to Tom. Tom's like, oh, I see here you have a bourbon. Ted Danson says, that sounds very cool, but I don't. And I was like, I was in the control room and I was like, I have to poop right now.
And then the tapeworm came out of your ass.
So nervous. And I remember like after the show, it was 10:20 and I was just on my computer and I was like, don't look. He said, hey, do me a favor. Don't ever use Wikipedia again. And he kept his teeth together just a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't. I was terrified.
Yeah, Wikipedia has really evolved.
It
Like I
has.
feel everyone, like all the teachers and professors,
Right.
like don't use Wikipedia. But like if I need quick info, I'm
go
going
there.
to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I'm not
how-
going to put it in a paper. But
No, but that's how I learned all about the Cyrus family. I didn't know that that Billy Ray Cyrus had so many damn kids.
That is extensive.
how many do they have?
They had like 7.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they have a ton. I couldn't sleep
No.
one night. Read all about the Cyruses.
Yeah, it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole
I
on
know.
Wikipedia because each like word has a link.
I know.
So you're like, oh, what's
What's
this?
that?
Oh,
Click,
yeah.
and then you're like 16 Wikipedia pages.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia pages in, and you're just like, shit, it's 4 a.m.
I know,
Yeah,
and then I start
get
clicking stuff, and I'm like, well, I need to know this because I'm probably going to be able to
Yep.
bring up this Billy Ray Cyrus quote, this little tidbit of information, and all my friends are going to be impressed that I know.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it hasn't happened yet.
I mean, but you're using it now.
I
so
am. I'm
that's,
telling you guys, I know everything.
And so, like I said, the whole like Hawaii thing, man, feel bad for that guy. We're not
I
going to
do.
judge too hardly
Yeah.
or harshly on that guy.
Yeah.
So with the blonde on brunette, it is mostly drinks. What are your guys' favorite drinks? Or just even just alcohol? Because I did look up yours and you said vodka. Is that still the case?
That's accurate. Yes. Actually, so it's kind of different. Like if I'm going to go out to a bar and order a drink, I'm not going to be that asshole that orders some fancy schmancy drink. Like I'm just going to get like a vodka and a mixer, right?
Yep.
So I just last night had Deep Eddy Cranberry with Sprite
Nice.
and a little lime wedge. Lit.
Yeah.
I really
good.
that's gonna be like kind of that's gonna be my drink probably up until my birthday. I think I go in spurts. Last year it was Deep Eddy lemon with lemonade, and that was just like kind of drama.
Yeah.
Well, Well, your birthday's coming.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to be in my mid-20s officially. Like, I get it. I'm an asshole for saying that, but like,
No, that's
whoa.
It's completely
And it's
fine.
kind of a wasted birthday because my golden birthday is on my 26th
Right.
birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I don't really want to celebrate it that hard because I want to like go
When's your
hard.
birthday?
Mine's June 8th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
And-
you're a Gemini.
Yes, I am. And I was really worried about when they did that like shift of things or whatever.
Right, that
I was
it was
like,
gonna
I'm not going to be
change.
a Gemini anymore.
Right,
like,
right.
what is, who am I? Like, no, I'm just kidding.
This changes my entire identity.
But no, my wife was lucky. She got her golden birthday on the 23rd. So that's
Oh, yeah, that's a
cool.
good
She had
one.
I wasn't there for it, but she
We were involved with each other, but
because we met literally right after that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I think I always want to say this, which is I get a lot of shit for this from my guy friends, but like everybody loves really like, high end scotch and things like that. But I'm all in on that, like vodka, cranberry, like,
yeah.
Sure.
like I'm all in on the stuff that tastes good because I'd rather taste something tastes good while I'm getting drunk than act like I'm like, I can tell the notes of the like barrel of whiskey that you're like, I don't know any of that.
No.
My dad's that way, and I can do that with a couple of things.
Yeah.
But I know that if I drink something like scotch or a really crazy Irish whiskey or something, I know it will help me not get drunk as fast because
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
just
you can't
sip
drink it.
That's a good news. So if you give me something that tastes like shit, I'm gonna be sober longer. So it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite, Jess?
It's like picking a child, Justin. I can't. I really can't
That's
say.
the way I feel as well because like I like beer. I like craft beers.
I like Budweiser. We've been calling them Budweiser since I was a kid, and I do like everybody. If I had a choice, like if I were to drink a beer, I like Coors Original,
Yeah.
and I like Budweiser.
I'm a Miller Lite guy.
You're a Miller
I
Lite.
started out.
I would prefer not to have a light beer.
Yeah, I started out Bud Light because
Yeah.
I hated beer. I grew up drinking alcohol, but we drank the cheap vodka, the Kamchatka,
my God.
Dark Eyes. Because as in high school and when you're younger, that's easier to transport than beer because
Yeah.
we would get our alcohol
You get
from,
like a plastic handle.
Yep, and we'd get like water bottles and fill it up because that was a little bit sneakier. And you always had to. You learned a trick that you would shake your water bottle to make sure that if there was a bunch of bubbles, you knew it was vodka.
Right.
If the bubbles dissipated really fast, you knew it was water. Because I woke up on spring break one time, dehydrated, drunk, still. Took a big, huge swig of vodka and
I would have. Yeah.
almost threw up. I didn't throw up because I'm one of those people I'll hold a throw up in, and even though it makes me feel bad, I'll hold it in until like I can't. Like I don't want. I hate throwing up. It's literally the worst thing in the world.
Me too.
I
Same.
hate it.
I
hate it.
I haven't
throw
thrown up
in your backyard right now, just so I can drink more beer.
No, I have not thrown up since I was 21 years old in Las Vegas in
didn't throw up on
2015.
gin?
No, I know.
That's
And
probably why you were sick so
same
long.
same thing as him. I held it in, and
I'd
it was
rather
like
be-
if I would have
She
just
should've,
puked,
yeah.
it would have been better.
We're talking about
but-
like a 4-day hangover.
Yeah, I'd rather feel
It was
shitty
the
for a while.
worst.
But
Oh, ow.
are you all right?
yeah.
Sorry.
Do you break or do you go the whole hour?
Oh
How
no,
long do you
no.
go?
We're getting ready to wrap up if you want because like
Thank
I said,
God,
I
'cause
always
I
go
have
to
got some peas so
All right,
bad.
yeah. So basically, this is Kaitlyn Kopetski and Jess Hooker. Thank you guys for coming out and doing the show. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's awesome to meet people that are doing the same kind of stuff that I'm doing.
Sure.
And I want to stay in contact so that if you guys ever have something that you want somebody to help with, I'm more than happy to be a part of it.
Awesome.
The juice in the, or not juice in the morning, your guys's, I got your, social media stuff.
Sure.
Jess is at the Jess Expo and at Jess Hooker _ on Instagram.
Yes.
Caitlin Kopetski is at K Kopetski.
On
Do you want to
everything.
spell
On
it?
everything.
Everything.
Sound it out, baby.
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
like you hear that last name and you say, "Wow."
Yeah.
But then you write it out and it's just Kopetski.
Yeah. And
That's
if you can't spell it, you probably shouldn't follow you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
Exactly.
But once again, thanks for joining us. Check out their YouTube video or YouTube channel, Blonde on Brunette.
It is safe for work.
Nice.
It is safe for work. I know that it sounds bad, but it's
Yeah.
not. And we are B YouTube on Twitter.
Yes.
There you go. And obviously at Juice in the Morning is Juice in the AM on Twitter and on Instagram. Facebook, it's just facebook.com/Juice in the Morning. We got a live show February 18th. Come out and see it. I don't
Where?
know. It's in Cheviot, Ohio.
Yeah.
And it is at Legends Bar and Venue.
All right.
So it's going to be a good time.
Well, good luck.
I have no idea how it's going to go, but it's going to
you know
it's
what?
going to be fun.
I was terrified my first live show, so good luck.
Yeah, I'm excited. And like I said, the dry February is going to take the day off.
There you
but Shane's not here, so I'm just going to say the tagline that we've always said, which is, I hope the juice was worth the squeeze.
I like it.
That's adorable. I want a tagline.
Thanks, guys.